In this assignment, we're going to ask you to construct and interpret a yield curve. The yield curve is a graphical representation of interest rates by maturity as of a specific date. And to do that, we're just going to use U.S. Treasury yield curve because that's the base that we use for most interpretations. Any set of interest rates has a yield curve, but the most commonly quoted are government yield curves, and the most commonly quoted government yield curve is, of course, the U.S. Treasury, because there's $20 trillion of them from the world's largest economy. All right, to get the data, go to treasury.gov, and the link is in the worksheet here. What we want to do is copy that into a open up a link here, and what you'll see is these are yield curves, and these are daily yield curves from the U.S. Treasury, and they go back a long distance. We're going to be picking 3 specific days for your exercise. I'm going to go ahead and just pick the first day of the year to demonstrate. All right, so this would be January 2018. The easiest way to do this is just to copy and then paste. So use Control V and then Control C and then Control V to just copy each row. It's like watching paint dry sometimes. There it goes. And then let's say we picked another day in 2018. So you pick the year and then tap on the go button, and it'll take you to a different year, and this is 2008, a year prior. And if I was to paste that in there, usually doesn't take this long, but computer's acting funky. Alright, now I wanted you to pick 3 particular dates, and I'm just picking these at random. We'll go back to 1998. That was a good year. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, assuming you're using a Microsoft product. And when it's through with all this thinking and stuff, notice that there was not a actual 1-month interest rate series being computed in 1998. Alright, well, I need these, or I want these to be in column order. So what I would be doing is pasting them in here. I did that by doing Control C, or if you want to use the stuff up here, just hit the copy button, cover all the data, hit copy, and then into the template, go up into the upper left hand corner where I want my data in there, paste special, the values, and then ask it to transpose. That'll take the rows that I copy out of the government spreadsheet and paste them as columns. Alright, and then your job is to construct an XY graph. An XY graph, cover up the data, up here to Insert, Chart, and one of the charts up here ought to be an XY. I believe that's it. Enter XY, and we want an XY with lines on it, and that's all it is. Now we've got a yield curve that's showing for 1998, 2008, and 2018. This is the 2018, and you can see interest rates are materially lower than they were in either 1998 or in 2008. Now those aren't the dates we're going to be asking you to look at. We'll be looking in August of 2018, August of 2017, and August of 2008, and doing comparisons. But that's all you have to do is to get the graph up there, and then interpret what you see. What we see here is this is maturity. A 1 month treasury rate is lower than a 30-year treasury rate. Generally, you expect to see upward slope because the longer you lend money, the higher the rate you're going to charge per year. Interest rates, by the way, are per year. So a 30-year interest rate at 2.81% per year means each year for 30 years you'll earn 2.81% on the investment. All right, so what we see is that interest rates here in the 2008 period were starting to invert, and that's that inverted yield curve it was talking about. An inverted yield curve has higher short-term rates than long-term rates, and we were starting to see chinks in the armor in 2008 as the economy went to hell in a handbasket. So that's what we like to look at, yield curves, to see how they're changing, and we're going to be looking at a relatively short period of time at how they change over time and where we think they're going. So these are the years you're going to be looking for. August 15, 2018, August 15, 2017, and August 15, 2008.